Remember to guard your privacy and abide by the community guidelines. Hey guys, I decided I had to talk, just to talk, just to talk, just to socialize. I'm here to socialize. Why does this make my teeth look so yellow? I don't like it. With old age, I have become so vain. I have become so vain. It's not even funny. So I finally slept after, I don't know, quite some time. And then I got the Harriet Tubman quote that says she would have been able to free so many people if they knew they were slaves. And then I remembered, it's March 10. It's March 10. And like my ancestors say, the show must go on. I remember the year. Hi, the cookies. I remember the year my ancestors suggested Day of Light. I'd gone through so much and I was suicidal. So they took me into the veil for 4 months to stop me from unaliving myself. And then when I was coming out and he was telling me that the pains and what a mother does to you, the pain never goes away. Hi, Miss Audrey. I just thought I'd come out here to socialize. Do you remember when we first started Day of Light? I was told by my ancestors that the pain a mother gives you never goes away. You okay? Not yet, but I'm getting there. I am getting there. I really am getting there. It's like my ancestors usually have such a tight control on me. They usually tell me, don't do this, don't do that, don't do it. But in this instant, they said, do you. Okay. If it's gonna help you, do you. And I'm doing me. I believe God redirected me. It's always the case. God redirects me. Like, keep your eye on the ball. Remember I told you about my first death experience when I was living in Minneapolis and I had a heart attack or a stroke and I died, right? And I died and what is this? Hold on. Okay. And I died. Remember when and I died. And when I was like, I wanna stay. I wanna stay, right? And I was saying, I wanna stay. I wanna stay. I wanted to stay dead. I wanted to stay on the other side of the cloud because the veil is like a cloud. And then I was told by the great Xhosa, I didn't know who he was at the time, but he said to me, you can't die. You have to lead women. There are women you have to lead. There are women you have to help. Women you have to work with. Lots and lots and lots of women. So you can't die. It's not time yet. You should go back. So I came back, right? And I hated it. So it's like things like this happen to redirect me when God thinks I'm lost. You know, when God thinks I'm lost, He is gonna redirect me back to the African American girl and woman whom I am supposed to help, whom I am supposed to work with. It's like He asks me to swear my allegiance. Like, swear your allegiance, swear it, right? So this happened for me to swear my allegiance, for me to stand very firmly. Yeah, he had to put a little fire in me. Exactly. For me to stand very firmly and to say, okay, I am here to try to improve the lives of some African American women, not all of them, but some. You know, it's like being redirected. Like I have learned in my 55 years that everything happens for a reason, and what you think is negative is actually you being redirected, you being told, okay, you're way off the center. You need to come back to the center. So, this happened in order for me to be redirected. And I did sleep at around 3 p.m. And when I just, between the sleep and wake, I heard the quotation by Harriet Tubman, right? About if they knew they were slaves. Hi, roll with the gods. If they knew they were slaves, I would have saved thousands more. My rage over this whole thing was based on the Africans. I know that she has a lot of African viewers, okay, on the Africans and African Americans, okay, who watched her lynch me and thought it was great fun and thought it was entertainment and thought it was amazing. And they were waiting for the big fight and they watched her lynch me. That was a lynching. Then they said to me, it's your fault for standing under the tree. I mean, literally. You were standing under the tree. So it's your fault you got lynched. And it was great entertainment for us. People are not sick, clarity. They just don't know that they are slaves. I've always told you that I look I've always told you that I look to African American ancestors for answers, for questions through my tough times and my toughs. Yeah, I even saw Nigerians apologize. Yeah, I know. They don't know that they are slaves. You can't free someone that doesn't know that they are a slave. You can't, basically, I was told by the energy of Harriet Tubman, look here, little girl, you can't scream at a black woman who doesn't know that she is a slave. You can't say to her, it's your fault. You did this. You gave a person so much wealth and so much fame. Then they lynched me. And you thought it was entertaining. Literally, the voice of Harriet Tubman said to me, girl, don't play. You cannot free a slave. I'm sorry this happened to you. Don't be sorry. Don't be sorry, gold-hearted. They don't know what they are. They don't know. They don't know what they are. They don't know. And don't be sorry. I needed this. This is an awakening. And bringing me back to the center. And the timing of it, it's amazing. Okay? The timing of it is amazing. I'm celebrating African American women. And we are doing Day of Light, which is done on the day that Harriet Tubman left us, right? After all the rituals my ancestors and I did, asking her to pull us together. That timing is so spiritual for me. Nothing happens that isn't spiritual. So I couldn't work today. I could not work today. My head hurt. I knew I was going to be sick by like 3:30 a.m. when I was still awake. But tomorrow, the show must and will go on. Okay? I will do my clients. I will run to the post office and mail your oils. I have them all packed. I've paid the tariffs. I just need to get up, go to the post office and start the process of mailing and her checking every tariff to every box. I have things to do, and I'm gonna do them because I can't finish the other oils until until these are gone, because again my ancestors want to make sure that I keep my word. Okay. They want to make sure I keep my word. They want to make sure that people get what they paid for at all times. So yeah, so they won't start on any new oils, and I'm in season 2. So I have it. I sent you an email just to let you know when you're. Today was not gonna be good, Mama. I was a mess. I I was crying most of the day, to be honest with you, because I wasn't crying because of a white woman. I was crying because so many of my black sisters are slaves, and they don't know that they are slaves. you know uh, they don't know that they are slaves, and that that's breaking my goddamn heart. Let me find my Vaseline before one of the younger generation says to me, uh one of the younger generation says to me, your lips are dry. You all be giving Gogo a hard time over here. I forgot that this is YouTube. You say your lips are dry. So tomorrow, no matter what, even if I'm crawling, I am going to be mailing your oil, the 20 milliliter oils. I have not done the 10 milliliter ones yet. I was angry, gold hearted. I don't know about being upset. I was angry. And when a Sangoma gets angry, you hurt yourself. I cried after you did that video. Yeah, I cried a lot. I cried for my sisters, the black women who don't realize that they are in bondage. I cried for those who will never be free. I cried for those lost souls. They will never be free. They will never be free. My ancestors were like, nothing is going to change. I said that no, they're not going to change. The perpetrator is not going to change. Nothing is going to change, but you have changed. You have changed. So, yeah, it was for me. God did it for me. I embrace everything that God gives me. Okay. Yes, understandable. And you know what ancestors said? You have to let go of what we can't control. Yeah. My ancestors said, you just keep working. Keep working. Like she said, like Harriet Tubman said, they don't know that they are slaves. So don't bother. Don't talk to them. Don't bother. Don't reach out to them because they don't know that they are slaves. Okay. Talk to the ones who know. Talk to the ones who know. Okay. That they don't want to be slaves. Talk to those ones. And so I'm talking to you, bitches. You're the ones who know. You are the enlightened ones. Okay. And yeah, you're my people. You're my people. You are the enlightened ones. Gogo, can you bring some oils when you come to England? I am definitely coming to England in November. I'm bringing my son for his artsy stuff. Then I'm going to be doing libraries and stuff. If I can, I will. If I can, I will, Mama. Talk to us. We know. And we resonate. Yes, that's basically what Harriet Tubman said to me. Talk to those who know. Talk to those who resonate with you. Don't bother about the slaves. And yeah, I won't. I won't bother about the slaves. I'll turn my back on the slaves. I'm good. I will turn because nothing changes. Nothing will ever change. They are okay with being denigrated and humiliated and being shown as they're really like the same people Who will tell me that Michelle Obama is a man? Same WhatsApp group. Same group. You did my reading, and my ancestor came to remind me I was a slave. She said I come from survivors, but I know. People who forget their history, it'll happen to them again and again and again. Because there's one thing my ancestors, oh, please, I will be so honored if I can meet you. Okay, I do have a young lady who's going to help me out with London. She is I will talk to her to see if she can do a meetup group, and then I will meet you. When the slaves were legally freed, some didn't want to leave the plantation. Exactly. And it took African American ancestors telling me that, exactly. They didn't want to leave. And that's also in Africa. In my part of Africa, there are still so many people who would try to convince me, and they are younger than me. They would try to convince me that colonization was better. Then I would have to tell them what colonization was like, because I was born in colonization. And I know I'm telling them how horrible it was for us as black people. They're not hearing it. They are not hearing it. They just feel, oh my God, when the white men controlled us, life was better. And I'm telling them, no, it wasn't. It wasn't better. They're not hearing it. So I'm too old to chase those who don't hear it. I'm just too old. Okay, here's the thing though. The white man has paid his price. Oprah Winfrey is famous because of a white man. I haven't done the full reading of her, but I will. Tyra Banks is famous because of a white man. Nigel Barker, the reading that's coming tomorrow, he will break it down for you guys. He will break it down for you guys. Okay? Tyra Banks was made by a white man. Okay. Every time Tina Turner was eventually made by a white man. Like, white men have paid their price. They've paid their dues. They truly have. They have. They have paid their dues. Every time I read a famous black woman, there's a white man behind it. Not a black man. There is a white man behind it. Rihanna was finally made rich by a white man, not by Jay-Z. Okay, by a white man. So white men have paid their dues time and time and time again. White women and us, we are fighting for a resource. That resource is called the white man. I don't give a fuck what you tell me. We are at war for a resource. That resource is a white man. Okay? And in our direction, he invests a hell of a lot. Okay? In our direction, he invests a hell of a lot. And that is the war between us. Pretty much. We can try to... Let me tell you. I pulled them rich and powerful in comparison to that other woman who was calling me a Nigerian. Okay. She will never walk into the rooms that I walk in. Okay? She will never, ever date a billionaire, and I have. I've dated a white billionaire. She will never. Okay? So, that's the competition. You get what I'm saying, guys? We're in competition. So, yes, I understand the hate. It's dog eat dog. And when you see what I see in the spiritual, okay, you will understand. You will understand. You will understand why we are in competition. When a white man invests in a black woman, she becomes very, very famous. Okay? She becomes very famous, very rich, right? We are the competition. This is the reason why in slavery they made you cover your hair. You remember that? Even in Southern Africa, all the maids had to cover their hair. Okay? As fat as I am, I still pull the 1% elite white boys. Ah! Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I still pull them as fat as I am. I still go into rooms she can only dream of, rooms she can only imagine because I have class. And I'm beautiful. And I'm exciting. What comes out of my mouth is highly exciting. And I like to spank them boys. Yes, I do. I like to spank them boys. Yes, they deserve a spanking for all the bad things they've done in history. Clarity. I knew that if I talked to you guys, I would feel better. Grandma Shopez, always used to say to me, why don't you talk to the ladies? You know, you'll feel better. And it always helps. So I said, I'm not going to go to bed with this dark energy. I'm going to go to other light energies and just be in your energies because it always works for me. And see, it's working. I'm laughing. I'm genuinely laughing. You know, I'm genuinely laughing. So, it was for me. That whole thing was me. It was God redirecting me. Yes, Nina. They hate us because their men love us. Okay, and I know from experience. I know from experience, okay? so, so, okay, I know from experience. Okay. So yeah, to never discriminate, clarity. Be an equal opportunity employer. When you're an equal opportunity employer, no one can hold you down. Well, I kind of discriminate. But you know what I mean. Be an equal opportunity employer. Okay. When you are an equal opportunity employer, no one can talk down to you. Okay. Well, hello, Rochelle. So I feel better. Thank you so much, guys. I knew that your collective energies would make me feel better and I'll go to bed a happier girl. So I knew it. I knew it. That's why I come to you. Okay. And I want to thank the energy of Harriet Tubman. I kind of pull her around this time. I kind of pull her because what we do March 10 is actually a ritual. Thank you so much, Clarity. It's actually a ritual. So will you do a reading about Iran's war? I might. I totally, because I might. Okay, we don't see it turning into World War III. We do see, America is winning at the moment. But then we also saw when we did the reading yesterday, I don't know where I talked about this, or maybe it was when I did the reading with, I don't know. I did a lot of readings yesterday. We did see that. See, my face is swollen. Can you guys see that? I can actually see it from crying. Thank you, Miss Fowler. It's the micro needling. It's literally the micro needling. It hurts like crazy, though. It hurts like crazy. Okay, so we did see that this war is just not gonna. Thank you, Mama. It's the micro needling. I get it done every 3 months, but I think I'm gonna move it to every 4 months because it hurts. It hurts so much, right? So have I tried the chemical peels? No, because microneedling, it peels your skin, right? It literally peels the top layer of your skin. So it's more or less the same thing. So anyway, we did see that the war will move from Iran. We did see the trajectory of the war, and it looks like it's happening. But I don't know. The point is, the Iranians are somehow going to damage America itself. I don't know where I did that reading. Was it yesterday? When I did, oh, micro needling hurts so much. Oh my God. You feel like you want to shoot yourself after they're, during and after they're done. It hurts so much. Okay. I agree, jellyfish, because I'm also weirdly think that microneedling is not really for black skin because all the pain is excruciating. But that's why I'm gonna switch from 3 months to every 4 months. Okay. I got myself an esthetician. I woke up and I said, I'm fat and and my skin is looking horrible and I gotta do something about my life. And so I just found an eyebrows person. I don't want anything permanent because my ancestors said nothing permanent, but we will see. Okay. But you know what? The war in Iran, it is going to affect America. We just saw this dark cloud, and I wasn't sure what it was, and I'm still not sure. Maybe it'll become clear. But the dark cloud moved from Iran through North Africa, ding, 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 through those islands by America, and then into America. So we feel like the Iranians are going to send terrorists. I think so. I don't have it, and I got the dark cloud, but I didn't get. I got the dark cloud, right? But I didn't get what it stood for. So because it was going overland, and the whole of North Africa is Arabic and Islamic, and then it crosses from there and then it goes. I feel like there shall be some sort of terrorism in the United States. That's what I feel. Okay. That is what I feel. Okay. So there is that, right? That's what I have so far. I always wait until my visions are clear. But my ancestors are not really interested in the Middle East, as you know. Okay. They're not interested in the Middle East. So you're so tired of this. These wars have been going on for centuries, way before our time. Okay. The British, hundreds and hundreds of years ago, they used to get on horseback and ride to the Middle East. They used to ride to the Middle East. Okay. And this is not going to change. We shall die and they shall continue to do this. Yes, Miss Audrey, the British used to get on their horses, ride right past all those European countries to go and fight in the Middle East. They had names for those wars. See, I went to school for too long. They had names for those wars, and they said they were fighting Islam, and then they would go there and then do more harm than the Muslims have ever done. They always want the smoke. Exactly. The holy wars. There were so many of them. And they had regiments. Just as the Crusaders wars. Thank you, Mama. And they had regiments. They had crusaders. They had crusaders. So they would be riding all the way from England to go and fight innocent people in their own land. And so that's what I have been saying all day today, right? I have been saying all day today that people don't change. You see, them white boys who used to ride from England in the Crusades, all the way to the Middle East to fuck up people for no reason at all. They were like, these poor people, they were going about their daily lives, and then exhausted British soldiers coming to fight with them for no reason at all. It's the same thing. Trump is doing exactly the same thing, only he sent planes. It's the same thing. The Iranians on the street were taken by surprise. They were like, look at this. They're in their own country, okay? In their own country. They sent their children to school. They sent their kids to school thinking it's a good, safe day. And along comes those English boys. Because remember, Americans used to be English, Irish, German, white Americans, Norwegians, okay? Same bloodline, same energy, same spirit. Along they come, but this time, instead of going with horses, okay, instead of going with horses, they are going with planes. Zoom, zoom, exploding people who are minding their business. I mean, it's like, this has been going on for 1,000 years. We shall die. It will continue. It's not going to lead to World War III. No, it's not. Because this is normal. This is normal. Do you get what I'm saying? Energetically, this is normal. Now, I always break it down to the last energetic thing, right? I truly do think the white boy has the hearts for the Arab girl. And he's been trying to get his hands on the Arab girl for 1,000 years. He's been trying to get the Arab girl for 1,000 years. And with each century, he's been failing. Okay, so each century he gets angrier and angrier and angrier. So whenever he feels like it, he just wakes up and says, okay, crusade number 3053. we must get those girls. We must get those girls. Okay? She said she hoped the regime in power now that she wants them out because, well, here's the thing. Americans don't liberate anyone. Let's just put them. Yes, I've heard that Iran wasn't an Islamic country and da-da-da, but the people get the leader they deserve. Okay, I really feel like that. Let me just put it this way. I would be devastated if the white boy woke up and decided that he's gonna attack South Africa or Zimbabwe. Okay, and then after he attacks us for no reason at all, okay, no reason at all, he will then say, well, we were doing a regime change. Regime change doesn't come from the outside, it comes from the inside. Okay. So I don't know, guys. I'm just letting you all know that this war energetically is the same war. They've been fighting this war for 1,000 years. We shall die. They will continue with their crusades because whatever they didn't get 1,000 years ago, they still want it. Am I making sense? Spiritually. Whatever they didn't get 1,000 years ago, they still want it. Okay? They still want it. So they'll keep going. They'll keep going century after century after century. Okay? They're not going to get it. They are not going to get it. but they'll keep going. Okay, so that's why we're not paying much attention to this, because this happens on a regular basis. I remember when I was in my no, I was 19 and I was in college doing mass communications, and they bombed Iran again. They did the same thing. I was 19, 20 because the Iranian ambassador came to my college to give a speech about the war. They did the same thing. I was in my 20s. They did it. Now I'm 55. They've done it again. Okay, it's like, okay, okay. So, you know, yeah, they gave them rights because they have money, but it's not like they wanted to give them those rights. They want to take their money away from them. They want to take their lifestyle and whatever it is that's going on there. Uh, yeah, guys, this has been happening forever. It's like before I was that, when I was much younger, America attacked Iran again. You know, in my lifetime so far, it's been about 3 or 4 times that America has attacked, or and then they ran to attack Afghanistan. The crusades continue. The crusades continue 1,000 years or so. So I'm not really paying attention to. I do know that America is going to pay a very huge price for this war, and the revenge that the Iranians lifted their red flag for, because they've had that revenge flag for 1,000 years. They've had that revenge flag for 1,000 years. Okay, that revenge flag that they lifted to say we shall revenge. Well, guys, you know, the revenge is coming. That's all I can say. The revenge is coming. It is coming. Yeah, all that shit we are watching, human beings watched it 1,000 years ago. That revenge flag has been in the vault and it was taken out. It was taken out, okay? They took it out of the vault, and they was like, not again, not since 1983 has this flag seen the sun. Then they raised it. Do you know? Do you know what the flag is actually saying? The flag is actually saying to every Muslim person, rise up. It's a call to every Muslim person who believes the way they do. It's a call to arms. It is like a call to arms. So we do see America being attacked via terroristic acts. The terrorists are coming to the house next door. Okay, basically, but we also saw that it was very slow and it'll take time. So, let's be happy. It may not be in our lifetime. It might happen in our grandchildren's lifetime. They'll pay for the mistakes, and then in our grandchildren's lifetime, the white boy will again ride his crusade. I don't know what he will be using this time, but he will ride his crusade back there again and again. It's a never-ending circle. Okay, any other questions, ladies? Any other questions? So this war, we're not really paying much attention to it, but I did talk to Jesse Jackson. I feel I could have done better, but then I always think that. And he described, you have a relationship question, please ask Miss Audrey. Please ask. He described where he will end up, his final home, and it shouldn't have surprised me. I don't know what I was thinking. I really, when I was giving lectures yesterday about how you shouldn't have preconceived ideas, because when you have preconceived ideas as a sangoma, you can't hear the message, right? You can't hear the message. So I was he kind of told me that he is the earth, like the earth, the soil, the soil. That's what he said. But I need you to watch it next week and then tell me what you think. But that's what he said. That's what he said. The blood moon, when can we start again? Some asking about doing rituals. Well, wait for the blood moon to wane, WAN. Wait for the blood moon to go away and then give it like a week and then start your rituals. I actually want to know what's going to happen to the environment and air pollution in America. The data center is being built in Texas and it will use 2 billion gallons of water. Do you know something? From a spiritual perspective, we don't see what's happening on earth as our fault and what we are doing. Earth is evolving, guys. Earth. So he returns to the earth like, yes, ma'am. See, that's why I said I need you guys to watch it because I'd forgotten about Prince. But yes, he returns to the earth. Yeah, he did. He's soil. He returns to the earth. And that's what he said. He said everything is nature. So then I asked him because I'm selfish. So what about me? And then he said, well, like I said, everything belongs somewhere and you belong somewhere up there. You know, like the galaxy is huge, right? But yes, that's I'd forgotten. You need to thank you so much for that profound gospel. I really needed to hear that because I was just not accepting it. I was not accepting it. Okay. So my ancestors say just as we grow old and we evolve, right? The earth is evolving. We call it climate change and damage to this and damage to that and damage to this. But my ancestors call it the evolution of earth. There may come a time when earth can no longer um, be about human life. It may have other organisms living. Okay? Do you know what I'm saying? It may have other organisms. It may support other organisms that are not human beings. Because Earth is evolving. It's becoming. It's becoming something else. But our physical scientists, they see it as the degradation of Earth. Okay. But no, Earth is evolving. Okay. We are not the final organisms of this planet. Okay. We're not the final organisms of this planet. Okay. There are other organisms that are coming that are greater than us. So, I feel Mother Earth and I feel she will rebirth. Yeah, she replenishes. Earth replenishes. But not necessarily for us. Human beings. Not necessarily for us, human beings and cats and lions and da-da-da. Not necessarily for the beings. Do you know, I think I told you this before, that scientifically, we were the dinosaurs. Do you remember me saying that? Or did I ever tell you that? That we were dinosaurs? Okay. Thank you, Miss Bellotti. Remember me saying that? That we were the dinosaurs and now we are these two-legged people walking? In the evolution of Earth, we're gonna disappear because we won't be able to breathe. All dinosaurs came in all forms. Dinosaurs came as birds. Dinosaurs came in all forms. Dinosaurs came as birds. Dinosaurs came as We were the dinosaurs. We, the lions, the cats, the dogs, the leopards, the crocodiles, the birds. We were the dinosaurs, and now we come in human form and in current form. We are not always going to be coming to this earth in this form. We are gonna evolve just as the earth is evolving. We are going to evolve and will be coming in different forms. So earth is evolving to meet the needs of its coming citizens. Okay, it evolved to meet our needs, right? In this shape, in this form, right? Now it's evolving to meet our needs again in a different shape and different form. You know how they say we were Homo erectus? Before we were Homo erectus, we were the dinosaurs. Then we became Homo whatever, then Homo whatever. Or are we Homo erectus? I think we are Homo erectus. Before that, we were Homo something, and then Homo some other thing, and then Homo some other thing. Yeah, Earth is evolving to meet the needs of us when we are different from what we are now. Oh, we are Homo sapiens. Thank you. So we are Homo sapiens. There were Homo erectus. Then besides Homo erectus, there was something else. And science was saying only white people have got Neanderthal DNA. But now that they've collected so much African DNA, they are saying Africans also have Neanderthal DNA. Do you get what I'm saying, guys? It's like that's how my ancestors and I see climate change from a spiritual perspective. Climate change, this and that and that. We see it as Earth evolving. This good old lady, she's becoming something else. And we might not be able to breathe through two nostrils. And so, God might just shut those nostrils. you know so I don't worry much about environmental stuff. I don't, because, well, my ancestors keep on saying evolution wins every time. In my school, they taught me Arnold Schwarzenegger had Neanderthal. Yeah, that's what I know. I was told that white people have Neanderthal DNA, but now that they've taken so much DNA from Africans, they are seeing Neanderthal DNA in some Africans. But it could have come by way of the white man and his business, right? We mustn't forget that too. We mustn't forget the white man and his business. Okay, so there is that. I feel so much better now. I think I can eat. That is so good because I wasn't able to eat before, so I feel better. Can you hear my voice is husky? Yeah, I totally. You know what? Yeah, they could have made exactly. They could have mated with them. Yes, yeah, they could have. So we mustn't forget the white man in his business. But racism is never going to end. And the racists are going to stay in power and they're going to stay strong. I just have to walk my path and not look back. I actually have a headache. I still have a headache, but my sore is feeling better. Okay. My sore is feeling better. Like, I think that we can sit and exchange stories of racism. I don't think that African Americans can sit and exchange stories with any other Africans about racism except Southern Africans. Okay. I truly believe that's the one thing we have in common that you don't have with the rest of Africa. Maybe East Africa a little bit, but we totally have the same history, right? So yeah, I felt like I had, at first, I was like, don't say anything, just be a lady, walk on, be a lady, protect your brand, walk on, don't say anything. Then I remember this little girl who was slapped by Bridget Appenhill. She called me a thief and she slapped me when I didn't steal from her. Okay, but I was the only black girl in the class. I was 7 years old. And then I was made to apologize to Bridget Appenhill and to admit that I stole from her, which I didn't. And then an hour later, Bridget found her glitter. She was, those little glitters. She found it. And she was not told to apologize to me. Okay. So that little girl still lives inside me. And that little girl will come out. Okay? She will come out. Right? She will come out to stand her ground because she's not little anymore. She's not 7 years old. She's not the only black girl in an all-white school. She's not. Horrible things happened to me. Really horrible things. So this was for me. It was for me. In every way, it was for me. It was for me. So, yeah. So, I'm good. I'm feeling better now. I'm feeling good. When I was maybe 7, a grown white woman told me I was a pretty little nigger girl. I genuinely find white women the most racist people on earth. Not all of them, okay? But I genuinely find them the worst. The worst. It's just me. It's just me. I find them so uncouth, like so vicious when they are racist. Uncouth, filthy, vicious when they are racist. Their men cannot match that. White men can never be as racist as white women. I don't give a fuck what you tell me. I will go to my grave saying the same shit. White men can never be as racist as white women. I don't care what you say. It's my experience, my lived experience. Ever since I was a little girl, it was always the white boy who protected me from the brutality of the white girl. Am I making sense? It was always the white boy who would say, okay, that's enough. Okay, stop it. Okay, don't do that. Do you know what I'm saying? In my experiences in Zimbabwe, in my experience, it was always the white boy who protected me from the white girl. So I totally yeah yeah yeah. So I stood up for myself. I'm good. I'm happy. But I also stood up for the little black girl, because when I walked away from the table after I talked to Jesse Jackson, my heart broke. I was so scared to even open my mouth and tell you what he was saying, and I didn't tell you half the things that he said because I was too heartbroken. Will human beings ever transcend racism and wars in the far future? Gogo? No. In fact, we saw a future where there is absolute segregation. That's what we saw. Absolute segregation. So no, it's like what Jesse Jackson said. It's just compounded the experience that I went through. Do you know? I asked him to tell me about the future of African Americans. And, he wanted me to throw the shells because he said it's a beautiful sound on his side, right? And I really liked that he told me what it sounded like. And I'm like, no wonder they come to me. No wonder, you know. He said it's like tinkling bells. He says it's really beautiful. It's like tinkling bells and whatever. So he kept wanting me to shake because, usually my ancestors say don't shake, and he said shake because I love the sound. So anyway, I threw the shells on the board after that question, and I wanted to die. Again, when you watch it next week, you can let me know. I'm going to start editing it, right? You fall asleep listening to the shells. You must be hearing the shells spiritually, mama. Because he said it's the most beautiful sound he's ever heard. And I was shocked because to me it's a lot of noise. To me it's a lot of noise. But he said they are so beautiful. He said they sound so beautiful. So anyway, I threw the shells on the board, girls, and I he said he said it sounds like little bells, twinkling bells and whatever. So Miss Audrey, you must be hearing it from the spiritual side. So anyway, um he said the suffering is going to be great. Sounds like the ocean. Perfect. It should. He said the suffering of African Americans is going to be great. It does call, yes, and it's gonna get worse with time. The worst of it had me shaking. The worst of it, the worst of it had me shaking. I don't believe I said anything much. I think I cut the reading because I don't like negativity. Does something to my energy, as you can see. As you can see, even my voice. Guys, prepare. Prepare for the very, very worst. The worst thing that can happen to African Americans. Prepare. Go into your nightmares and think about what can the white man do? What is he gonna do to make? Well, first we have to find out what it is, and hopefully somebody says, how do we prepare, Gogo? Really, I'm gonna find out. I have to break down every little bit of African American life and ask ask a question. What about this? What about that? What about this? And then only after we get all the answers on the table will we then have, like, solutions. But now I'm understanding why Maxine Waters said look to expand outside of the United States. Miss Audrey, it looked like slavery to me. It did. It did, Miss Audrey. It did. And it'll come in a different form. It'll come in a different form, a different way, but that's where it's heading. That's where it's heading. So, like, I wasn't seeing this before, but then God only shows me what He is putting into play and why He is putting it into play, you know. But then I understood why Maxine Waters said you should expand your businesses outside of America. Okay, you should, uh, you know, do business with all the black people in the world. I don't know, guys. I didn't do the reading justice because I was too emotionally involved, and I was so shocked because that's not what I was expecting. And yeah, you be the judge. Okay, I always leave it to you guys, but I confess that I didn't say everything I saw while I was at the table. I am fine, Rainy Royal. How are you? Oh, I'm about to go now, but because I'm hungry. But yeah, guys, I didn't. Uh, what is top fans? What do you do to get a top fan? Oh, okay. I just get. Alrighty. I have to learn these things. I don't know, guys. The thing is, uh, I made for us priestesses. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, we have to break it down. You know what I'm saying? And then when we break it down, we know where the hits are gonna come. And then you, as priestesses, you then change the energy, you shift the energy. That's my whole point. You, as priestesses, you shift the energy. Okay. We just have to find out where the bombs are going to drop precisely. We have to find out where the bombs are going to drop. And then, because it's energy right now, and while it's still energy right now, we can fix it. Right? So, we have to find out where the bombs are going to drop, and then we have to move the bombs. What it's showing me is that the era of Trump is over because we were okay under Trump. Okay. We were okay under Trump, right? So there's a new leader coming, and that new leader's energy is the one now on the board, and he hates black people. He truly hates black people. He wants our demise. And he's going to get our demise. Like, he doesn't give a fuck how he does it. Okay? He doesn't give a fuck. J.J. Benson, I'm talking to the priestesses. I'm talking to Clarity and Miss Fowler. I'm talking to the high priestesses because right now it's energy. And as long as it is energy, we can deflect it, right? It can be deflected and shifted. Harriet Tubman spoke of this last year. She did. I don't remember any of my readings once they are done. We were okay. Perhaps it's J.D. Vance, but even after J.D. Vance, you know the guy, the drunk, the military guy, the Secretary of War. It could be him or someone with the same energies as him. And no, it's the way he gave me the trajectory of what's going to happen to African Americans. He kind of like gave me a 10-year trajectory. So right now under Trump, we are solid. Oh, Rubio is an idiot. He's an idiot. Pete Hegseth. Yeah, somebody with the energy of like Pete Hegseth. Yeah. So he gave me like 10 years, like from now to... So right now with Trump, we are very stable. Because Trump, he's a racist, but he's not a hardcore. You know what I mean? I don't want to talk about him. Okay. But anyway, we are stable, right? It's like he provides a protective shield. He actually does. He actually provides a protective shield for black people. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying applaud that fuckery. Okay, I'm just telling you from the spiritual. Okay, the spiritual energy. But his time is almost over. Someone else is coming very soon, and it falls. That protective shield falls. And now this other person has his boot on black people's necks, and he's literally like saying, accept this or worse will come for you. And it is very clear that we're not going to accept it. Okay? I'm a part of you now, so there it is. Well, it's clear that we're not going to accept it. So then he does the worst. And exactly what you're saying, Gogo, in the spirit of, yes, then he does the worst. And he has like the Hegseth energy. You know, he does the worst. So he gives us an ultimatum. The ultimatum comes right after, but it's another energy. So that might be J.D. Vance. That might be J.D. Vance who's coming right after. And in J.D. Vance time, black people will be getting ultimatums. Do it, do it. And then black people will refuse, obviously. And then buy you out is not the way it's gonna work, Miss Audrey. Bondage is where it's gonna go. At least that's what this fucking energy is doing. So as metaphysical scientists, we need to remove this energy. I'm laughing, but I mean it. Okay, I mean it. We need to remove this energy. This guy who might be president of the United States, we need to remove him before he's even thought about being president of the United States. I don't know, but we've got time. That's my whole point. My whole point is we've got time. I thought God said this isn't our issue. You know what, Nina? That's exactly what I was seeing. And I was thanking God for that. But God changed his script. This script has changed so much because the Hispanics did not do what they were supposed to do. They are not waking up. They are not doing it. So he changed his script, but the script remains the same. The point is, guys, when I see a clear and immediate threat as a metaphysical scientist, and it is still on God's chessboard and not in the physical, I want to change the chessboard. I don't know about you. I don't know about you bitches, but I know about myself, okay? I know about myself, okay? I want to change the chessboard. I want to change it. And that's all I'm saying. Maybe that's what we're supposed to be doing because God doesn't make mistakes. So maybe I got to see the chessboard so that I can change it. You know what I'm saying? Yes, please, me sure do. I can change it so that we can change it. Day of Light is coming. Okay, March 10, Day of Light. Let's change the chessboard. Let's change the chessboard. Let us say to God, while it's still in your head, you stupid psychologically damaged psychopath, narcissist energy, while it's on the chessboard, we want to change it. Because when I was fighting my battles, I would often get chessboards like that. And then I would say to my ancestors, what am I supposed to do with this? And then they would say, well, you need to move a chess piece. You need to move a chess piece. And she said so, Harriet said so. What did Harriet say? My ancestors would always say, move a piece. You just have to move one piece and the chessboard will change. So, it is March 10. Let us ask for a good leader. Let us ask for a compassionate leader. Let us reject the leader that's on the board. Okay? We are the highest spiritual beings. We are. Let us be heard by God. And let us say, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. Do something else. That's gonna help. And yeah, exactly. Let's fight it. That's what I said because that's what I intend to do. I'm so sorry. I intend to do that. So March 10, let's do that. Let's change. Let's move a piece on the chessboard. Okay, let's move a piece. That's what I say. Because my ancestors say, well, you've seen the play. Move a piece. Okay, move a piece. So I'm gonna move a piece. I'm gonna reject that shit. That's my March 10. I'm gonna reject it. I'm gonna reject it. You know, we are metaphysical scientists. Hi, Ketiwe. We have power. As long as something is still in the ether, we can change it. We can't change what is on the ground, but we can change it while it's in the ether. So that's what I say. Anyway, guys, I am hungry. I am so hungry, and that is so good. I thought I wasn't going to eat tonight, but thank you so much for holding me down, for loving me, supporting me. As always, you bitches always have my back. As always, and I won't look back anymore. I'll keep walking forward. I'll keep walking forward because I got you, bitches. I got 3 more years of Trump. I don't think Trump is lasting for 3 years. I don't think so. I think he is the president I saw dying in office, but I could be wrong. I don't like seeing death. I don't like seeing death. Okay? I wish him good health. I wish him the best of health because I really have nothing against Trump. Venice does designs. I don't have anything against him. In fact, we're supposed to be in the same soul grouping, Trump and I. And I totally understand him. And my ancestors totally make fun of me. They say sometimes I sound like Trump. Yeah, well, you know. So yeah, I wish him good health. Bye guys. Thank you so much. Bye bye.